Hello everybody, my name is Zool and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Roccat ISKU FX multi-color gaming keyboard. Wow, that is absolutely a mouthful to say. This is once again not actually mine, it's just a friend of mine's, and I am just going to be doing the unboxing and overview of this keyboard. People seem to enjoy the overview of the mouse, so I'm pretty excited to get this one underway. So without further ado, let's get started. So here you have a little bit of footage, just kind of what the keyboard looks like in the box. I'm going to take the box here now and I'm going to talk about some of the features. Alright, so let's talk about the features. First and foremost, this thing comes with a cool profile switching mode. 5 profiles. Actually, first and foremost is the LEDs. This is a fully RGB keyboard. It's not mechanical though, which is unfortunate. I like a mechanical keyboard. My friend doesn't really care because there's something wrong with him. So it has 6 adjustable brightness levels. It has the easy shift technology that we saw on the Roccat mouse earlier. This is actually really good if you're into MMOs and like to have a lot of hotkeys. There are 36 macro keys thanks to some thumb, as you can see right here in this picture, thumb buttons that can act as modifiers, other things like that. Live macro recording, 8 configurable media keys, medium height keys, which is good. They're not too long, so hopefully they will feel less squishy. An extra large granular wrist rest, cable channels for better organization, a locking keyboard feet, ultra fast profile switching with LEDs, and Roccat Talk, which again allows them to communicate with each other. So this will communicate with the Roccat mouse that I unboxed earlier. Like I said before, it uses an easy shift technology, allowing you to get a lot of extra key presses out of this, as you can see right here. So if you're into MMO gaming, this is really going to help. Let's flip this around, look back at the front. As you can see, it is a pretty standard keyboard. 1000 Hz polling rate, easy shift technology, 6 brightness levels, and yeah, all the colors you can imagine, all 16.8 million, however many they always say that there is color-wise. So we've looked at that now, let's go ahead and unbox it. Right, so this time I actually got myself a sharp knife so that this unboxing can actually be done in a reasonable amount of time. So we're just going to start by coming over here and just getting it unboxed. There we are. There we are. So this is the keyboard here. Just gonna sort of shine some lights on it so you guys can sort of see it a little bit better. That would be the keyboard. Get it nice and shiny for you. Don't know if that did anything, but there you go. So, as you can see here, it is a very large keyboard. It has an attached wrist rest, which means it is going to take up a little bit of extra space on your desk. And it has fairly decent, although still squishy, membrane keys. So, it's not ideal, but they're not as tall as some of them, so you are going to get a pretty decent responsiveness. And of course, if you record or do anything like that, it's going to be nice and quiet. There's the 4 thumb buttons here, which do have a satisfying click to them, which I like, and the macro keys. So that's pretty much it for this. I'm going to go ahead and plug it in, and we're going to take a look at the software. Alright, so just like last time, we are going to be covering the software for this thing, and just like the mouse, this is absolutely insane software. Oh, a couple of things that I missed before that I'm going to point out. The bottom of this keyboard here, which I hope we can see, has a nice cable management area, has very, very good grippy feet, so it's not going to slide around. The wrist rest is permanently attached, and it has locking feet if you're somebody who likes to keep your thing at an angle like this. I'm going to keep it down, and I'm going to keep the wiring coming through the wiring trench. So if you have like headphones or something, you can actually have those kind of done underneath your keyboard so you don't have them dangling across your hands. It's also not going to slide around anywhere, which I think is really, really cool. Anyway, let's actually start talking about the software here. So the first thing we're going to see here is the easy shift button, which is actually kind of here where cap locks normally is. So I'm actually going to go over here and see why is it not letting me do that. So you can either have it easy shift or easy shift to all devices if you're using the mouse, which is kind of cool. Right now, for some reason, it's not letting me. You also have these macro keys here, which are affected by the easy shift, essentially doubling their numbers. Finally, you also have these cool thumb buttons down here, which are mechanical, which allow you to do different things. Right now, they're set to change profiles, and you might actually be able to hear this here if we just take my headset and put it up here. I don't know how well this is going to work, but...
Profile 5, Profile 4, Profile 3, Profile 4.
Yes, there's actually some weird voice thing that tells you what the profiles are. And then if you use easy shift, you can go ahead and do other things. For example, you can have it open your email, open your media player, whatever. I obviously don't want that to happen, so we're going to ignore that. And that's pretty much it for this main page here. It mostly just relates to the easy shift of both the macros and the thumb keys. And the macro manager is also here, which allows you to record pretty much any macro you want. It's pretty decent software here, so if we create a macro set before going. Okay, we'll worry about that later. We'll move over to the easy zone control. Now this right here on the screen and about here, so I believe it is, no, it's from the 5 diagonally down, is the easy zone. So this is kind of around the WASD, and it's the keys that you're most likely going to be hitting when playing a game, especially an MMO. This is the area that is affected by the easy shift button and can be easily doubled. So right now I have it set so that obviously all of these keys are normal. And then if you hold the easy shift button, you can actually set it to something else, which allows you to essentially double the number of keys you can have in this area, which I think is pretty cool. I don't know how much you would use this for, but perhaps you're a character who has a lot of spells, something like that. You can go ahead and easy shift all these buttons and get some different things going. Finally, let's move over here to the media and F keys. So you notice the F keys here along the top do not have an alternate function, and there's media keys here. Now unfortunately the media keys are not backlit, something that I'm not really a big fan of. They do work however, and will open up different things, your computer, we can mute the volume, things like that. You can also push the record button here and actually start recording a macro, which is pretty cool. Kind of wish these were fully backlit, but not a lot of keyboards actually go above and beyond and fully do everything for all of that. So you can go ahead and change them here to whatever you want, even the media keys, which don't need to be what you want. So if you want to open up a different browser, maybe just your home page. Next up is the advanced control. This is where we get into all the crazy fancy features such as lighting. So here we can sort of change all the lighting. Now if you want to look here, you can see on the camera how the lighting is. It's a little bit of a dim backlight. It's not actually the highest backlight in the world, unfortunately. There's a bunch of different modes though. Let's set it to color flow, where it'll slowly change, but you can see that some of the colors are not as bright as others. Some of them are actually fairly dim, nowhere near as bright as my Razor Black Widow key, for example. You can also set up the disabling of keys over here with the software. This will allow you to, not have the Windows key enabled for when you're gaming, for example. You can disable Shift keys, Windows keys, the Tab key, for example. You can also open up the character repeat rate here, which will show you kind of how fast something is if you hold the button down. So if we set it to short and then click OK, it'll change the spacing basically between the letters. So as you can see, the F is typing a lot slower, and then if we move it up here and go again, it'll be faster. So that's pretty much what that is. Over here is the dim out timer. So, if you have your computer somewhere where you don't want the lights to be on all the time, you can have them dim after a certain amount of time. So after, 5 minutes, you can have them dim down to 20% so that they're not as bright. This is something that's kind of cool, and I would appreciate this in other softwares. Finally, there's the sound feedback. Again, with that weird profile switch noise, the trophy notifications noise for the Roccat achievement system, which is also within this keyboard set. Finally, we'll come over here and we will see the Roccat achievement and trophy system. This is also linked over if you have the mouse, so they both work together. Hopefully I covered everything here, you know, easy shift, all of that stuff, and that's pretty much it. It's a fairly big keyboard too, if you didn't notice. It also uses this plasticky stuff, which I don't really like because it's going to get all goopy and fingerprinty after a time, but that's all there really is to expect. The macro software is pretty easy, and yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my unboxing and first look at the ISKU FX multicolor gaming keyboard from Roccat. Until the next time, I have been Zool. Have an excellent day.